bless, and welcome to the Planting Seeds podcast. This is the newsletter series, and we're on number 5 for the year. But before I get into this newsletter, I'm just so proud, I'm happy, I'm stoked because I've created myself a website, and it's taken me a couple of weeks. And I'm just so happy because there were many moments where I just wanted to throw it in because of the roadblocks and the challenges that I've faced in creating it, the creative block, the not knowing what I was really up to, and I was wanting to outsource it at a point there. But for me to persevere and for it to look the way that it looks, and for everything that I offer in terms of value and things that I'm passionate about is all in one place now. So I'm extremely stoked about that. It's got the newsletter series on there, ones that I've posted and sent out in the past. I've got the podcast there, so for those who don't have an audio platform, they can go directly to the website and listen to the episodes that have been recorded. And then it's got the online courses that I've created. It's got a free one there called 4 Weeks for You, which is for those who want to get into personal development but don't necessarily know where to start. There's that one. There's Te Araho, which is an online course, and that is on a $7 a week subscription model. And this is for the course only, but it's a deep dive into better understanding yourself, getting clarity on your direction, shaping your mindset, tapping into your heart set, and all of the things that have added value to my own personal journey has been compiled into this one space to be able to support others on their own personal journeys. And then I've got a high-ticket program, and this high-ticket program is an extension of the Te Araho online course, but you get access to the weekly growth sessions that we have via Zoom. We have 4 events throughout the year where we come together in person. We have a private Facebook page and also a messenger chat. And this one here is for that consistency, to be able to commit to yourself and give to yourself in an intentional way. And there's some beautiful things happening within that space at this point in time. And so, yeah, I'm super proud, super happy with this. Go and check it out. It'll mean the world to me if you subscribe, if you go to the link and just have a browse through. And this episode is also brought to you by Clothing. I've currently got on one of these shirts. Been wearing this throughout the summer, and it's quite stylish, quite steezy. So use Planting Seeds. Go and check it out and get yourself a discount. So let me get into this episode titled The Small Things. Growth is not only recognized in the big life-changing experiences, but rather created in the tiny daily moments. Big moments are the tip of the iceberg, but it's the series of small moments that are submerged under the water that makes it all possible. Just as the iceberg is visible, so are people's highlights, which conditions everyone to think that it happens overnight, which is certainly not the case. The small things are speaking to what is within your control. The thoughts you have, the language you use, the time you wake up, the meals you eat, the books you read, the housework that needs to be done, the content you consume, and the tasks that you fill your day with. It's doing what is within your capacity and what matters, which, by the way, is different to everyone. Accept where you are, but be inspired for change. Focus on what is within your control. Exercise gratitude daily. Celebrate small wins. Change starts when you make a decisive decision. I heard a quote on Instagram Reels by Sal Di Stefano that says, "The man who loves walking will walk further than the man who loves the destination." Fall in love with walking rather than the destination. This is the mindset. Dreaming about the destination puts you into a space where you think about where you are with disappointment. But pouring energy into walking is about simply placing one foot in front of the other. Do what you can with each step, and after time you will arrive. That's what I'm currently doing now. My goals are filled with many small moments, all of which I absolutely enjoy because everything is contributing to something greater. I'm clear on the destination, and it inspires the action I take daily. It gives me confidence to know that what I am doing aligns with the direction I am walking in. You become a confident person when you do what you say you're going to do. It builds trust in your word. It creates forward momentum. It initiates action. When your path's clear, your focus shifts. There are less distractions and your time is more productive. Move away from instant gratification and make your moves in silence. Step away from a lack mindset and step into an abundance mindset. Drop away from procrastination and jump into taking aligned action. Just as the majority of the iceberg is submerged underwater, most of what you do will be unnoticed, but over time everything will come together and surface in a single moment. That's why walking is important, because you can't control when you get there, but with every step you become prepared for when you do. So here's something that is within my control, which is to give you an invitation to my online course, Te Araho. Big bless, Rans. And so the small things. I've placed a lot of emphasis on my own personal journey on the small things. And the shifts that it has made within how I approach things and how I view the world has given more clarity not only on where I want to end up, but what it is that I do daily, the language that I use, the time I wake up, the energy that I put into the tasks, what I do to put myself into a state to be able to do what is uncomfortable, to be able to do what is a challenge for myself. Because when you think about what it is that you want in your life, whether it's dreams or goals, and you think about where you are without it currently. And so goals and dreams, they stay where they are, but it's you, it's I that needs to do the changing, that needs to do the growing in order to get to a point where you are aligned with what it is that you desire. And it's the small things that really encourage the steps towards getting to where you want to end up. And what I've come to learn through, whether it's listening to others or when I can reflect on my own journey, there's this notion that when you arrive, you're going to be happy, you're going to be fulfilled. But it's only short-lived. It's only a short moment that you can celebrate until that moment of arrival becomes step number one again. And what I've noticed in my journey is that when I've celebrated too much, that end destination actually can take me 10 steps back, because in my mind, I thought that I've arrived and everything was going to be okay. And then you lose sight of the small steps again. And so what I've come to learn is that the small steps and the small things that you implement consistently to get you to your destination, it is about getting there, it is about arriving, but it's more about who you become in the process. And when you enjoy the small things, the grind, the trenches, the path towards, that there is a completely different mindset, because all of that is what is submerged under the water. And I gave the analogy of the tip of the iceberg, because the tip of the iceberg is like you've arrived and that's what everyone sees, but the things that you go through yourself in terms of overcoming small-mindedness, overcoming their voice, overcoming the doubt, pushing yourself into uncomfortable situations, all of this piles up to prepare you for what it is that's about to come into your life. And something that I've written here is that move away from instant gratification and make your moves in silence. And this is new for me, but making your moves in silence, there's something very compelling about that. Because in a sense, it's you trusting the process. It's you putting your head down and just taking aligned action. It's you knowing what needs to be done and doing it despite how it looks to others. It's you building that belief and cultivating the confidence and the courage and perhaps even that intimacy with yourself. Because instant gratification, on the other hand, is doing things to receive the praise, to receive acknowledgement, whatever it may be. But when you make your moves in silence and you take away the instant gratification, there's a different approach to how you go about things. And that's what I've been enjoying. Although I'm expressing a lot through these newsletters and things of that nature, there's a lot that I'm doing that I suppose only I know about. And people might be seeing my journey and see that it's the tip of the iceberg, but I know full well that I'm still in the submerged stage of my journey. So yeah, focus on the small things. What you eat, the productivity. If you're in the content space, what kind of content are you doing? Have you got a strategy? Have you created a plan? Are you reading? Are you absorbing? Are you around the right people? What language are you using? Are you looking after your body? Are you sleeping well? All of these things that are within your control influence your state. Because if you're in a good state and you feel good, the tasks and the things that you need to do, you become aligned to them and they become a lot easier to be able to do. Whereas if you're in a low state and you're not feeling so good, or if things are happening and you've got stresses, what you need to do becomes extremely hard. You can't be bothered, you are tired, you're angry, you're upset. And so you don't have the capacity to be able to do what is required to get you closer to that destination. You can't take steps because you haven't put yourself into a state or into a space to be able to take that step. And so that's why the small things are important. Know where you are going, but park it up and bring all of your focus to what is right in front of you. You know what you need to do, so focus on putting yourself, making the necessary changes and adjustments so that when it comes time to taking that step, you're taking the step. So yeah, I hope you've been enjoying these afterthoughts. I can ramble on a little bit. But whānau, please go and check out my website. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, hope you're well. The small things. Let's go. See you next week. Bless.